Have you ever watched a puddle just vanish on a sunny day and thought, wait, where did it go? Or maybe you've seen a cold glass sweat and wondered if it was leaking. Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into the hidden science of water to solve these little everyday mysteries and a whole lot more.
Okay, let's start with a question you probably asked yourself while sipping a cold drink on a hot day. It's a really simple one, but trust me, the answer gets right to the heart of what water is all about.
Seems obvious, right? But hold on a second. One is a solid chunk you can actually hold, and the other is a liquid that just slips right through your fingers. So are they really the same thing? The answer is our perfect gateway into some really cool physics.
To get to the bottom of that, we first need to get a handle on water's amazing ability to be a solid, a liquid, and a gas. You know, what scientists call the states of matter. Think about it. On one side, you've got ice. It's hard, right? It keeps its shape, no matter if it's in an ice tray or plopped into your glass. But liquid water? Totally different story. It flows, it splashes around, and it takes the exact shape of whatever's holding it. See? These behaviors are so different, it's easy to think they're two separate substances.
And this table here, it just breaks it down perfectly. Ice has that fixed shape, doesn't flow. Liquid water takes the shape of its container and, yep, it flows. And then there's water vapor, its gas form, which just spreads out to fill whatever space it's in.
So here's the big reveal. They are all chemically the exact same thing. Ice is just frozen water, steam is just heated water. They're all H2O, just wearing different outfits. You could say they're in disguise. Okay, now that we've established that water has these different identities, let's tackle our first big mystery, the case of the disappearing puddle. We've all seen this happen.
You know the scene. After a big rainstorm, there are puddles everywhere. But give it a few hours, especially if the sun pops out, and poof, they're gone. It's not magic, it's science. So where in the world did all that water go? And here's the kicker. It's not just soaking into the ground. A super simple experiment proves this. If you put some water on a solid steel plate, it disappears too. And since water definitely can't seep through solid metal, we know something else is going on. And that something else is a process called evaporation. The water from the puddle literally turns into an invisible gas. We call it water vapor, and it just rises up into the air. This is happening all around us all the time, even when it's not super hot out. And you see this magic act everywhere. It's how your wet laundry gets dry on the line, how a freshly mopped floor gets dry to the touch, and it's even how your own body cools you down when you sweat. It's nature's greatest disappearing act. All right, on to our next mystery. Those little water droplets that seem to appear out of thin air on a cold glass. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, have you ever really stopped to wonder about this? The glass looks like it's sweating. Is it actually leaking? Is water seeping right through the glass? Or is something way more fascinating going on?
So a common first guess is that, yeah, maybe tiny bits of water are seeping through. But you can test this and it gets proven wrong really fast. If you mark the water level inside the glass, you'll see it doesn't drop one bit. So that water has to be coming from somewhere else.
And the answer is, well, it's literally all around you. That water is coming from the invisible water vapor that's always in the air. When that warm, moist air bumps into the cold surface of your glass, it gets a little shock.
This process is the total opposite of evaporation. It's called condensation. That cold glass chills the water vapor right next to it, forcing it to change from an invisible gas back into those little liquid droplets you can see. So now that we've got a grip on evaporation and condensation, we can solve the biggest water mystery of all. Where does rain actually come from? And guess what? These two processes are the key. Just think of it like this. Evaporation is the elevator that sends water up into the sky, and condensation is what makes it form clouds and come back down. These two processes are like the twin engines that power our entire planet's water system. It's pretty incredible. When you put them together, they create what we call the water cycle. It's this non-stop, massive movement of water, from the oceans and lakes way up into the atmosphere, and then right back down to Earth again. It's basically this amazing three-step journey. First, evaporation lifts the water up. Second, as that water vapor gets higher and colder, it condenses into zillions of tiny droplets, and that's what forms clouds. And finally, when those droplets get heavy enough, they fall back down as precipitation, rain, snow, or hail. This whole cycle is what powers our weather and keeps everything on this planet alive.
Okay, for our last trick, let's look at how these scientific principles create some effects in our everyday lives
that honestly feel a little bit like magic.
For thousands of years, people have used these porous clay pots, sometimes called a sarahi or a madka, to keep water cool even on the hottest days. And they do it all without any electricity. So how on earth does that work?
It's our old friend evaporation. The clay pot is just a little bit porous, which means tiny amounts of water seep to the outside surface. As that water evaporates into the air, it actually pulls heat away from the pot and the water inside. What's left behind is wonderfully cool water. It's literally natural air conditioning.
And this really brings us to our final thought, which is a powerful quote from the ancient Tamil text, the Thirukkural. It's just this beautiful reminder that understanding these simple cycles of evaporation and condensation, well, it's not just a fun science lesson. It's absolutely fundamental to the survival of everything on Earth, from the tiniest plant to the mightiest ocean.